Mr. Secretary.
Yes.
There is a rumor in almost every newsroom that you run a column in the Herald every Saturday by the name Nathaniel Manero, the other side. Can you confirm that you are the author?
That I'm the what?
That you are the author of that column?
No, I cannot confirm. I don't have to be the author. I happen to know the guy is a great guy and he's a Siamese twin.
To you?
Yes. We come from the same womb. We suckled from the same breast. And our minds are the same.
And that same guy is now being caught up in the succession battle in the country.
Succession battle?
Yes. The succession issues in the country.
Yes.
That is alleged to be siding with one of the VPs who happens to be VP Idi Mnangagwa. Pity
him. Here's my prayers. Here's my prayers. And I hope he makes it to heaven. Seriously. The tradition of having thoughts explored, expressed, projected under a pen name is a well-established one. You would know someone called Bedgeworth in the 16th century or 17th century, I can't quite remember now. It was a pen name. Right? There are so many pen names. You go to Economist. Economist doesn't even give you the name of a single writer. Have you noticed? The magazine. You don't get a single writer. Right? Why do the founders of journalism accept and commission such a tradition? It's a very simple, the answer is very simple. Mind the ideas, not the hand that writes them. It is meant to maximize circulation of ideas, maximize debate on issues without being trammeled by the identity of the writer. So, I cry for this country when it looks for the identity of the hand and ignores the identity of the thought, because that is what must concern this society. I can assure you there is no Nobel Prize for guessing who Manero is. And tell those stupid politicians that there is no trophy in guessing who Manero is. Tell them.
They are saying he is harboring ambitions to succeed a sitting president whom they...
Well, let me put that in context. And I'm not speaking on behalf of Manero. Let Manero answer for himself. And he does so every Saturday, I'm sure. And I'm speaking as the spokesperson of the president. The president of Zimbabwe, acting on the outcomes of the Congress, appointed 2 vice presidents in 2014. Vice President Mnangagwa, Vice President Mpoko. This agrees with our constitution. This agrees with the outcome of a Zanu-PF Congress. This agrees with the values of Zanu-PF, particularly values born out of the Unity Accord. The president is the appointing authority. He has given us 2 vice presidents. Who is the guilty party? The one who asks a little civil servant why he's working with this or that vice president? Or the one who comes forth and says, hey, little servant, civil servant, don't like this vice president, like this one? Is he not substituting the president as the appointing authority? So watch it. There are many sinister minds that speak in the name of the president who are in fact successionists. And it won't be long before the headlines give you the story. Some have been meeting Nicodemously with the people of First. Right? They are still in Zanu-PF, but it won't be long. That's where that prophet or prophetess called Manero becomes very useful.
How soon is so?
I don't know. The speed with which the headline will come depends on the speed of the folly of those that are doing so.
All right, but now these people are now doing all this, crucifying your person.
Don't worry about my person. I am very safe, right? I am very safe, but more fundamentally, I am on the right. I am on the right. You can't have the discourse on succession coming from within Zanu-PF. Which party with a vision to long-term leadership talks about its change? Does that make sense to you? Here is a party which is in government. Here is a party which has a leader. Taking a lead in discussing succession. You wish for your own change? Does that make sense? In the first place, who says Mugabe won't be there for 2018?
And who says
and
die first
exactly.
than all of us?
And here are these God's deputies. Who know when Mugabe will die? Who can tell who should not be vice president and who should be? Who can tell who must succeed Mugabe when they've killed him off? And meanwhile, we must accept that they are not ambitious themselves. They don't want to be vice presidents themselves, but they want to know, they know who must not be. They don't want to be president themselves, but they know who must not succeed. And when that one who must not succeed has not succeeded, who does? Here are little men with absolutely no iota of history behind them, thinking they can one day emerge as leaders of this country with their little minds, thinking boldness is edge. It isn't. The Constitution of Zimbabwe is as clear as daylight. What you have are perverted minds that think they can rewrite. So, you see, here is one tragedy of those little fellas. And I call them little fellas. They confuse media skills with social skills. They think you can scale up the political ladder by tweeting. Through a Twitter, not knowing that they are tweeting themselves to eternity. Who think when you manipulate one or two headlines, you have a social base for launching your stupid ambitions. They will come to grief. They will come to grief. Get it from me.
All right. Maybe riding on your crew.
And I'm not speaking as the press secretary, as the permanent secretary. I'm speaking as President Mugabe's press secretary.
Yes.
Yes.
Then maybe riding on your proximity to the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe.
Yes.
There is the succession issue which is being discussed.
My boss tenure is being discussed by his juniors. Does that make sense to you? Yes. And this is exactly what makes me angry. And when you point that out, they give you a faction. They sit there with some little newsmen, compose headlines, repeat arguments that they were saying when they were working with me. And they think they are being discreet. They think we don't see that. There are fangled hands everywhere, and we can see they are... Come on! The tragedy is to try and be clever than a people. To think that we are the brightest brain around. That's tragic. But you see, something must give in now. Something must give in now. We can't have this. I'm having to fend off bad press from within Zanu-PF. Not from MDC, but from within Zanu-PF. 24/7, mulling about how to handle bad press from my own fellow party members. Because I am Zanu-PF. I'm a civil servant, yes, but I'm Zanu-PF. They sit in the Politburo. I sit there as an official, and I know what goes on there, right? Then, following day, not only have they leaked the stuff, but they do so in their poor English, which I know. And I'm supposed to sit there like a happy Buddha and keep my mouth mum when they are discussing the fate of the president.
Your boss.
My boss, broaching the subject of succession on whose behalf? How do you advance the Zanu-PF agenda by speaking about its own termination.
And how is your boss taking it now, knowing that you've worked with these people? Now they are feeding the private press to humiliate you and your boss.
Well, I don't think I come into the equation. No one humiliates me. That's the beauty about it. No one humiliates me at all. They think they've humiliated me, right? But they are far from it, right? I think what they need to worry about is their own careers. Yes, not me. Not me. And the president is not a character who rushes. He will allow you a very long rope. You prance about, enjoying meaningless headlines, and thinking you're on top of the world. It will take just one afternoon.
Then there were people, I don't know if you can say they're abusing the name of the First Lady.
Yes.
But they're using it to harbor their own political ambition.
How does the First Lady talk about the succession of her husband? Does that make sense to you? These are people who think by sheer proximity, they can build messages around the first family. They are fools. Get it from me. They are fools, big fools. And I hope someday they will come back to their senses. And it tells you, big book, minus social skills comes to grief. You know, getting learned and getting educated are different. What I'm seeing here is a projection of high learning and poor social skills.
Then now
Too long?
Some people will say, but now all of a sudden she's in politics.
Not all of a sudden.
She's secretary for Women's Affairs. In
But not suddenly.
Suddenly.
No.
And
It's been up. And those that think her defenders have said absolutely nothing.
Can give us
They want to spend lots of their editorial time, which they steal from editors, you know, talking about succession. Yet she's being attacked, right? Here is the brutal truth. There is a ceremony we call handover ceremony. You can have your item to present to a community, right? You can pick on a VIP who officially hands over to that community, right? If being asked by the Minister of Agriculture to go and hand over a tractor to a community in Mzarabani amounts to an abuse of state property,
wearing party regalia.
She belongs to a party, and the minister comes from a party. This is a government which is born out of Zanu-PF, the party. So in the beginning was the party. I hope she doesn't apologize. If she does, I will tell her she does not owe anyone an apology. She's doing a ritual of handing over equipment at the invitation of the Minister of Agriculture. I challenge anyone to go to court. I challenge anyone to press it anywhere. And in any case, I don't get worried about what this quota or that oppositional quota says. I worry about how the receiver gets it.
Right.
And there was lots of ululation. That for me does it.
Here's our mother.
Yes.
She's doing a job.
Yes.
Feeding your kids.
Yes.
Empowering your kids.
Yes.
With I don't know, political animals, yes.
Yes.
Who are now riding on your back.
Yes.
Abusing your name.
Yes.
Behind
Yes.
your back.
Yes.
Does she know that these people are doing this?
Of course she does.
In what's your reaction?
Of course she does. You don't scale up to the level of the Secretary for Women's League without having a political sense. Yes, as I said, this is the first family. They will allow you a very long rope. A very long rope. Huh? But there's a limit. You can't keep on stretching the rope. At some point, the knot will tighten.
So this means we'll see some casualties.
I don't know what you'll see, but I know what must stop. It is this tomfoolery. Yes.